How's everybody doing? Less than 2 minutes. Shall be 4:20 on 4:20 here on the East Coast. Hey, Vaping Vader. And we got Mark in the house. What's up, Mark?
Yo, what's up?
Are you ready?
For
I don't know, less than a minute. It's gonna be 4:20 on 4:20.
yeah, I can't. I have too much to do.
Too much to do.
I did. I started repotting plants. I've been cleaning. And, Jesus, we're live.
Yes.
And I come on bitching like now. People
Yes.
are gonna think like I'm grumpy.
I know. So out of character. All right. Well, so happy 420. We should just be about there.
Yeah, it's 4:19 here.
420. There it is. There it is, folks. Light them up if you got them.
There you go.
Bowls, your bones, your bongs. Thank you, Vaping Vader. Cheers. Happy 420.
Who the hell is Sister Mark? Word. No, didn't I have Sister Mark on my thing once?
You might have, yeah.
Probably. Hello, Vaping Vader.
Please, someone yank a hit for me. You got it right here.
Here you go. Done.
Yes, sir. There it
I'm
is.
throwing all my plants away.
No,
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know you're kidding. Speaking of plants, my I planted some tomatoes, peppers, cucumber, 2 different types of peppers, cantaloupe, peppermint, and of course some weed, some pot.
Well, here's the thing: is that you can plant all that stuff, and you have some free help there. You just send your mother out to take care of things, and
That's it.
yeah, and weed, and bless her heart, she needs the exercise. You know, those old people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're in little pots. You know, I have them inside by the window, sunny, until it's can really get out there.
I know, put them outside and have her till and everything.
Now my tomatoes are sprouting. They're looking good. My
Good.
peppermint is sprouting real good. Red pepper a little bit, but everything else, nothing yet. Nothing yet. I'm still trying. I'm practicing vaping, and gardening. I've been trying this shit for years. Still, you know, my wife, quote unquote wife. Oh God bless her, right, Mark?
God bless her.
God bless her soul, the sweet soul she is. You know, I want to do gardening. Go get the tools. I got a it was like one of those what do you call those things? Shit. Well, you put it above ground. You put it above the dirt. There's a certain name. I forgot the name of it.
Oh yeah, a raised.
Yeah, raised. God, but that whole fucking kit never.
Oh, we got all that. Yeah.
Yeah, never did anything.
No, we did.
So I mean, we did get some nice tomatoes for a little bit. Some tomatoes. But that was it. It seems like tomatoes grow really easy. They do seem to grow easy.
They really do.
Yeah.
And you can stick a pot plant in between, you know.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Wow, if we could breed like crossbreed tomatoes with marijuana.
Yeah, what would the point be?
I don't know.
I don't know. Let's just try it. What the fuck?
Fuck yeah. Get high and satisfy your munchies at the same time.
I don't like tomatoes unless it's in like tomato sauce and stuff, or if it's like chili tomatoes, like that you can make. Yeah, like in some kind of stir fry.
Hmm.
But and I like them on a sandwich with mayonnaise, but I can't eat a tomato.
Yeah. So here's an article I pulled off for Drudge. A figure is appropriate for 420. Well, any of these articles, we're looking at them for the first time together. So and I figure this is going to say something about the industry because last report, weed was on the way, sales are on the way up, liquor on the way up, snack foods on the way up. Of course.
Well, starting today in Pennsylvania, you can go to the liquor store curbside, but you have to call ahead, and they're only allowed to take so many orders a day, and there's a 6-bottle minimum. I was like,
Six
who
bottles
needs six?
minimum.
No, maximum. I'm sorry.
Maximum. I was going to say.
No. And it's like, I mean, do you really need? I mean, like people were complaining to the governor. Oh, by the way, in Kentucky, where they held that "Set Us Free" rally, spike in coronavirus.
Yeah. Well, I'll
Yeah.
get to that. Yeah, I hear you. And there was
Oh, okay.
there was a demonstration too in Pennsylvania today. So yeah. But all right, so just quickly here, the unofficial holiday celebrating all things cannabis arrives Monday. That's today. As the nation's emerging legal marijuana market braces for an economic blow from the coronavirus crisis, with many consumers reducing spending or going underground for deals. Well, I don't know. I'm not getting no deals. I think, Mark, I asked you like how much it was going for medicinally, the bud. It's about the same price on the street. About the same price from what I see. It was supposed to be a long weekend of festivals and music, culminating on April 20th. Yeah, they have a big one. Don't they have? Where's that big 420 one? I think it's Washington, or is it Colorado? They have something on 420.
Well, let me ask you a question. 7 grams. How much is that in pot?
7 grams is quarter of an ounce, because 28 grams or 28.7 or something like that makes an ounce.
Then why do you always let him in here?
Okay.
Howdy, fellas. It's 420. Happy birthday, Hitler.
Yeah, happy birthday, Hitler.
No way.
It is his birthday day, you know it?
Get
Yeah.
fucked. I can't believe it.
Yeah, right. And yeah, happy birthday, Hitler. You got the world locked down just for you. 3 joints vaping. Vader says 7 grams is might be depending on how thick you make
3 joints. Are you out of your mind?
Depends on big those
Jesus
joints are.
Christ. The stuff I vape is 75, like 80% THC.
That's crazy.
And I can only take like a hit, and then half an hour later another hit, and then a half an hour another hit. But 3 joints out of a quarter ounce.
Quarter gram. Oh wait, quarter of a
7
gram.
grams.
Quarter of an ounce. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Again,
3 joints.
yeah, that sounds a little low. I'm getting an echo from someone. Mark, do you have your speakers on?
I have everything set up as the way I always do.
Oh, it was Victor. It was Victor. He muted.
He's
Okay.
a dick.
I've been muted.
Oh, so then who was I echoing off? I don't hear it now.
I have no idea. I didn't do it.
Okay. All right. I can't trust
It was Victor. You know how they lie.
I can't trust those Mexicans.
I'll take the blame. I always do.
So this, I guess they're trying to say, yeah, they say overall sales dropped 9% in March. Oh.
Well, at the dispensary today, they have just today only $10 off cartridges. And guess what they have down there? Legend OG. And I was like, I'm not going. I'm not driving all the way there because that's a different dispensary.
You've been raving about that stuff.
Oh my God, it's so good. Last night I vaped and I was on with a bunch of foreigners for God only knows how long with a packed room. It was unbelievable.
You're hanging out with foreigners?
Well, I kicked a Muslim, but
Oh, okay.
only because of the fact that she was trying to tell me that Jesus called for the killing of children. And I was like, no, that never happened. And she said, yes, it did. And I said, then I'm going to need scripture. And she says, well, you should know this. And I said, you said that Jesus called for the killing of children and you need to provide your source.
He did.
And then what?
He did. If you believe Jesus is God, he did.
Oh, no, see, no.
Yeah.
No, she was actually saying Jesus. And then he said that Jesus was also a racist. And I said, why is that? And she said, well, he called somebody a pig, that it's better to don't cast your pearls before swine. And I was like, yeah, I just looked at the original word for that, and it was definitely pigs. And she said, no, she was talking about, he was talking about the Jews.
Right.
And I was like, no, if anything, he was talking about the Gentiles.
Yeah, the Gentiles, because they were like, they were unclean. They were unclean like pigs.
And you need to convince me that he actually called someone a pig. And I said, but her story kept changing. You know how they go. And I told her, I said, like, this is not a game for me. And if it's a game for you and you're trying to convert me, it's never going to happen because Allah is evil.
Is this last night in your
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
sorry, I fell asleep early. I don't know. I was like, I was out of it.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Interesting.
yeah, it was unbelievable. And then I put in there that you had to have advanced English, but no. This guy from Turkey wants to come visit me and all this comes like, oh Christ. I said, you can't come here.
Did Marwan come in?
No.
He's funny. He's got a funny way about him.
Yeah, Wild Heart.
Wild Heart's out there. Hey, let me see. I'm not looking at the comment. Hey, what's up? So, oh my God, the big news for me. I'm like, what the fuck? Oil is in the negative. Yes, $35 negative a barrel.
Yep.
It's crazy.
That is fucking insane. I saw it. I mean, when I was saying $1.39 a barrel, I was like, oh shit, I gotta tell everybody about this. What the fuck is going on? And then it dropped. I don't know where it's at now. Yeah,
it actually happened today.
It's happening now. Let me take a good look now. Okay. We're saying, it's only $23 negative now.
Oh.
Now I know that. I mean, the price is going down because, I mean, of course, obviously, demand is down. But on the same thing, even before the lockdown was official, I mean, Russia and Saudi Arabia have been having kind of a price war.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost as much as, and I think it's to hurt us. It doesn't cost as much for them to, get oil out of the ground. I think with Saudi Arabia, it's like $10, less than $10. It costs them for a barrel.
When it says here, doomsday scenario for U.S. oil, hundreds of companies could go bankrupt as prices turn negative. Are we meant to believe that oil companies are going to go bankrupt?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
They fooled us this far.
Get the fuck out of here. They have more money in offshore. Oh, give me a goddamn break. They're going to go bankrupt.
They'll just be on pause for a while.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Oh, and that pastor who was like busing people in and ignoring the Life Tabernacle Church. He's now asking people to donate their stimulus checks to them.
Oh God.
Because they're not getting a salary, and the reporter said, "Oh no, but you are, and he says, "Well, we're not going to take it." And I was like, "What the fucking kind of bullshit is this?" Yeah, I need to stay away from the news.
Yeah, it can be pretty frustrating and depressing, you know? Anxiety.
That's for sure.
I like train wrecks, so it's like entertainment for me. Let it burn. Won't let it burn.
I make it a point to only read my news. I don't watch videos at all because they're too, like, I don't know, they hit me the wrong way. And whenever I see like images that are disturbing, they tend to just stick around and sort of loop for me, you know, so I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
So I'd rather
What gets me is what gets me is like how the news used to be is they'll inform you, you know, this and this is happening, the temperature is this, but now it's like you're stupid and let me tell you why. You know, you better wear shorts outside because it's they're just trying to pipe in, you know, messages, and it's stupid. Just give me the damn news.
Wild Heart, are you surprised? Anyway, yeah, before you came in, Psychedelic, I was saying about last week there were protests in Kentucky to free us from the tyranny.
Right, yeah.
The virus in that area went up.
Awesome.
Yep. It's just like
Awesome.
well, no, I know what she's saying. It's sort of like survival of the fittest, but other people are going to get
I mean, it's not only that, it's the people being so arrogant and fucking selfish that what they're doing, they're being selfish in such a terrible way right now, thoughtless and selfish. And they'll see, I mean, it'll take a lot for them to feel like and know that they're wrong because they're the kind of people that don't like to be wrong, right? So they can't ignore the facts, though. They can't ignore that it's going to shoot up.
right.
They'll have to, at some point, comply and not be like this.
I need you, John, to hold on to your desk.
Uh-oh.
The man with the flag,
Yeah.
not only is the flag up, but he also hung one from his porch,
Which he's allowed to do.
which is where it should be. Just saying.
Okay. Come on, Mark.
What kind of flag?
American
flag. Mark is.
No, okay, no, wait, hold up. Psychedelic. I'm just gonna. I'll explain quickly.
Who's got radio or
have
something?
wooden lamp. We have wooden lampposts in our development here,
Okay.
and the ordinance is that you're not allowed to hang anything from them. This guy that lives on the corner, where he can put a flag on any part of his yard, decides he's going to hang a flag on the street post.
Uh-huh.
So I called and reported him.
Patriotic of them.
I was like, don't talk. No, that's hyper nationalism. Don't tell me that you can get away with it just because it's the American flag.
I'm just saying.
There's a Confederate flag. I mean, like white
this.
nationalism. But
That's the problem, Vic. Anybody now can put up any flag.
yeah, but we shouldn't be ashamed of the country. We should be ashamed of the people running the country and get rid of them fuckers and put somebody else in there so we'll be proud
It
of our
has
country that we're
nothing
supposed
to
to be.
do with being ashamed of the country. I love the American flag. It's illegal to put it on the post.
And illegal.
Against the rules or illegal?
Well, you can get fined.
It's against your HOA or whoever's running your area.
not
We have
only
one of them
that,
communities.
But the township already took it down once,
Right.
and they put one right back up.
Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from
The
above.
township has the time to do that.
He'll say to
Things to do right now besides taking American flags down.
Public Works? Are you kidding me?
Yo, Vic, he's the hot chick.
Public Works isn't doing anything.
I don't know. I understand where you're coming from, Mark, but I just think
Principles are principles. Sorry.
time
So
like
if
this.
you
Make it a
put a
fish
flag
fucking
holder.
Is my mic working?
Yeah, but no one's
Yeah,
listening.
Nobody's listening. Someone's got a radio going on in the background.
Sorry, here.
Yeah, if you can. Yeah, you know, Mark. You know how
So
I.
it leaves it open for anybody else to fly. I think I could go up there and put a KKK flag up.
I put the mic in my
I
mouth.
dare you, dude. I double dog dare you.
I wouldn't do that because that's not what I stand for. But the bottom line is that if people are going to start putting up all kinds of fucking flags, it's going to look horrible. It's going to be number one. It's
I'm gonna put a pirate flag.
What I like is the fact that this guy screwed this shit up there, and the wires are inside the pole, and they're not that thick. And it's like, couldn't he have gotten electrocuted?
All right, moving on to
That would have been cool.
But anyway, so I'm patriotic because it's the fucking flag, right?
I'm not saying you're unpatriotic. I am neither.
It's anti-Semitic.
Like I said, I understand your point. I just think at this time, maybe we just need, American flag up, sell some patriotism.
This flag was up long before COVID-19.
Okay, so even more so now. Come on.
Yeah, you know what? It's the Z. It's not 9/11.
Are you that bored?
We need something big like that to, remember when that happened? When 9/11 happened, everybody was putting flags on everything, cars and
Yeah.
Good year for
This
stickers.
was up way before COVID-19.
Yeah.
And wait till 4th of July. It's gonna be fucking awesome this year, I think. I think it's gonna be open. I think we'll be getting open by then.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
We need to be. We really need to be. We really need to be.
I think it would be starting to open at the end of the year.
Starting to open?
I think everywhere that they open is going to see another big swell of cases, and they're going to have to understand that they have to just fucking wait it out.
I don't know about that, because if this goes on too long, you probably heard it by now. The cure in the crisis. If you have too many people out and they're going to be homeless, if this
Well, so temporary socialism kicks in to take care of everyone during this, and then it switches back at the end.
Guys, I'll be back.
Or the nature runs its course. We have population control, and there'll be more for everybody else. Thanks, God.
Hard to take away a check after.
Oh, wait. So you're talking about redistribution of wealth once the wealthy are dead and everyone could just take it up for grabs, or what?
No, I'm just saying less population, less demand. Maybe housing will go down. There'll be, land might go down. There'll be, who knows? Maybe we'll come to our senses after all this and learn our lessons and start bringing, businesses and infrastructure and manufacturing back to the United States and make quality fucking shit and not rely on fucking China that now makes better shit than we do because we sold them all our machines.
And the sex will be fresher.
We fucking handed them over too much fucking power. Gave them the manufacturing.
We're fat and fucking lazy. We don't want to do it.
Fucking drugs, the prescription drugs too.
Yeah. We got the Jews for the drugs. We got, Mexicans for the yard work, Chinese for Walmart products. We're fucking fat, lazy pieces of shit. And that's what it is.
Yeah,
Too comfortable. Nobody wants to get up and do anything. Nobody wants to fucking do the work.
There's also greed on one side too.
Do you think that it's like an addiction to just, people being very passive and just maybe watching TV all day or being on the internet?
No, that's partially it. But a lot has to do with everybody wants to be a king. And the kings don't work. Kings own land. They have everybody do everything for them. So America's capitalistic. So everybody wants to have a piece of that pie. That's why you vote people like Trump in, because they want to be rich too. And I want to have limos and shit like that. It's the mentality of America that they should be handed everything. It's a bunch of fat, lazy, spoiled fucking brats that.
And I think if you give someone a check for too long, that's just going to feed that kind of appetite. I'm not going, they're going to get used to that. And then but part of the problem is competing.
No root of bitterness.
Part of the problem is competing with China with cheap labor.
Sorry, TT.
That's why manufacturers went over to China, right, and started building and everything with it because it was cheaper labor, and we didn't penalize anybody for that. And then you have the side here, unions over here, which is like a double-edged sword.
That's mafia. That's mob tactics.
With taxes and inflation going up, costing more to, it just becomes a spiral.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's where you have to kick in a little more government control.
You can't compete. And then you have too many regulations in some instances too. So, yeah.
I say manufacture more children. Absolutely.
I don't know.
Two's enough.
So there's this quote that I thought of just a minute ago when you guys were talking about Americans, and so it's by Ronald Wright, and he says socialism never took root in America because the poor see themselves not as exploited proletariat but as temporarily embarrassed millionaires.
Oh yeah. That's that kind of.
Yeah.
The welfare system kind of messed stuff up. It's all about money. So whatever you could do to manipulate the people to make more money, they're going to do. And America is just a shithole for making money.
The housing market, the housing just got out of control too.
Yeah.
Totally out of control. I mean, something as people, everyone got to put a fucking roof over their head, and it should be affordable for everybody to do so.
Yep. We shouldn't have to pay 30 years, a big chunk of our income for 30 years for just a roof, like a tissue box with a roof, basically, because, they're just, if you know how houses are made, it's not very stable or protective. It's basically matchless.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we pay, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like I live in Southern California, and the very bottom right now, anyway, of like our budget, if we wanted to move into a house, is like $450.
It's crazy.
That's the bottom, and that's just for like maybe a 2 or 3 bedroom.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Southern California, San Diego, and
yeah,
prices be high.
Yep. Yeah, we need a different kind of thinking about like housing and about what it should cost and all that stuff. Because
go ahead.
I
think housing shouldn't cost a goddamn dime. Because if you have to live in a society and a structure.
Wait a minute. Even if you were, but Vic, even if you were like, if you want to go back to living in the forest or anything like that,
no.
Wait, hold on. You still got to put some kind of labor into making your home. Someone has to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's where the work comes in. That's where you make your money, by working, by building the houses, by maintaining the houses. But if you're going to have to live in a society where you're going to have to put in work in order for society to function properly, or else you could just go ahead and live out in the woods if you wanted, or do what you want, because you're going to live anyway. Whether you have an iPhone or not, you're going to live and die. All right. So if you have to live into this little compartment and have to function in the society, you should not have to pay for living means at all, or heating and cooling, or electric. What you pay for is you pay for your benefits, extras.
I think that we should have more options that are like really flexible for housing. Like, let's say instead of you buying a house, you sort of opt in on sort of like membership on a property, right? And the property allows you to do like a tiny house or a yurt or any of those things where you could like actually like build it like a, they have these really interesting structures where it's like a tent that's laid with concrete on top with rebar and stuff. And it's like super cheap, right? Like less than $10,000, $15,000 to build.
Then why have to pay for it? Why would that come at cost? Because if they're giving a certain percentage of Americans enough money to pay for a full rent, full gas and light, and all the food they need for that whole month for them and their 9 kids, then why wouldn't they distribute that money more evenly towards everybody? So the housing, because see, once you put value and once you say the word property, then you get bargaining, then you get trading, then you have means of manipulating people to get what they have so that you can charge them to live in a spot where they should be living anyway. That's the problem, is ownership, is property, is everybody wants to be a king. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. That's the problem.
We've been told that we have to own things.
Yeah, who told you that?
It was here before I got here. I don't know.
Not everybody believes in him.
Every other thing on this planet makes its own house and doesn't have to pay a thing. It just gets the resources and does the thing it does,
Yeah, that's why we're fat, lazy Americans. People lost the means and the know.
And they teach their kids.
Could we even be hunter-gatherers right at this moment? I don't know.
Sophisticated hunter gatherers if you wanted to be. We could have our agriculture. We could have our trade. We could have what we have now, and everybody could have a piece of the pie. You know what I mean? It's you know.
Fat,
Well, let me say
lazy
that.
Americans. What the fuck are you talking? Are you a millennial? Are you one of those failing millennials in your mother's basement? You
Let me
quit
check my neck beard.
in the United
All right,
States of America.
Let me check my neck beard. Nope.
This is the United States of America. This is a wonderful place.
Mhm.
God shed His grace on thee.
From every piece of
Now,
land
you
that was
be
stolen.
grateful. You be
Yep,
grateful to live
manifest
in this
destiny
great
is awesome.
busted on
Conquering is
America.
Wait.
You guys
Why,
done?
why did God shed his grace on America? Did he shed his grace anywhere else?
Yes, the whole earth.
South
The whole
Africa.
earth. He shed it on the whole earth, young lady.
I just want to quickly comment, Vic, about property. So you don't think one should be able to own property, a piece of property?
You wouldn't have to own it if you had it. If you had a place to live where you didn't have to even worry about, I mean, yeah, you don't have to. Why would you want ownership if you already have it? The only thing you would want is more than the other guy. I want more than you because
Wait,
it's the
what do
way
you mean if I
America
already
is.
have it? What do you mean if I already have it? Why would I own? I mean, if I have it, that means you're saying I own it.
Why would you want to pay for something that you already have? And why would you want to worry about what
pay
you
for
give
something
your
I already
children when
have?
they
I
will
don't.
already have?
What do you mean I already have? I have the whole earth? Are you saying
have
that?
okay? If I just said earlier that you don't have to pay, you shouldn't have to pay for a house, a certain amount of space, a
Why
certain
not?
type of structure,
Why not?
because you're putting into the society that makes itself, that makes it better. You're going to put into the money for the streets, for the schools, for everything else that needs to be done. There's no reason for this monopoly of who gets the money. The banks get the money. The interest grows. Nothing gets better from this
Well,
property
let's just deal
ownership.
with let's just deal with the principle of property ownership. All right, because I mean, I understand that. Yeah, in the end, we are
Yeah.
all just renting the space here, right? Because
Yeah.
we come, we're born, and we're gonna die, right? So I
Mhm.
think if anything, we just should be good stewards of what we have, and work within nature. I mean, ultimately, it's that. But I see value though in working for having a home that you can, I think for the prime benefit of being able to leave it to your kids and give them some kind of inheritance. We're not in the wild, you're going to build a nest, it's going to get destroyed, and then your offspring's going to build their nest somewhere. That's just not practical, you know. I mean, we do that in a different way, and part of that is you have to get land. You have to have a land,
Well,
so
you
I should be able
you
to
don't have to
pay for it
have
and leave
land.
it with their kids. I mean,
No.
that's a good thing to leave something to your kids to have, so they,
Well, the kids are going to have it already. So what are you going to leave them other than what they're already going to have?
Yeah, they'll have ownership. Yeah, as earthlings.
have it already. But you can't just with some. I mean, do you say
Why not?
we should just be able to pitch tents wherever we want?
No, houses like you have now with everything you have now, but everything's going to have, of course, there will be some changes. There's just going to have to be like, I guess, certain allotment for sizes per person, enough, for growth, for family growth and all that, so the kids don't have to move far away. It's just going to have to be a system like that. It's going to have to be like a,
So you're going to limit? Are you going to limit people to how big of a house they want, or if they want like a pool?
Maybe
Or,
it's like modular, like you can just
well, there'll be
add
there.
onto it or
I
something.
mean,
Yeah.
in your society, is this what's going to happen here?
Well, if you're going to be making money, all right, and you're living in a place that you can pretty much, just go ahead and say, hey, I'm living here. This is pretty much mine. There'll be something in revised somewhere where they can't take it from you in your lifetime or children's. It kind of guarantees a grandfather in type deal, at least for a certain number of generations. Yeah, I mean, if it works this way, it could work that way. It's just who wants to reap in all the money or who wants to distribute the money properly amongst the people. It's
Why only a certain number of generations?
Well, it's going to be revised probably yearly or every 4 years, depending on what is going in play in politics. You never know what happens, man, because look at all the crazy shit that's been happening. It's this is all just pipe dream shit, and none of this is ever going to happen. It's all about money. It's all about manipulation. It's going to continue the way it is. It's just it's you're always going to be a slave, whether you're in chains.
There are communities that are kind of like I described, where you don't have to buy like the land. You just kind of like you become part of a community, and you're like allowed to build. And it's like you don't. It's totally different from owning a house, just like in a suburb.
Like a hippie commune.
But
Yeah,
with
that's
the hippie part, it doesn't have to be a hippie thing. It could just be like sort of off grid and self-sustaining. It doesn't have to be thought of as like a hippie tree hugger thing.
That sounds like a cool idea. You have a garden. You can have a community garden, fucking powered by solar
Yeah, you could have
panels.
like a whole farm. I mean, you could do a lot.
Yeah, there we go.
Be very self-sufficient. And people who had labor skills, just like in other small towns, you trade, you barter, you make arrangements with people, and people get what they need from each other. It's like their own internal economy, and that people
Not have people so close to one another. I think that's going to be a challenge. I don't know.
It just needs more of it. I mean,
it's like physically, you just have to understand what they can offer the community, I guess, and what their like they have to be willing to participate. That's how it is.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that as an option. I think
You
some
can
people
call it
now,
It's kind of like communism, but it's basically more like sharing resources. So that everyone can get like a better deal for a smaller price and stuff.
right? Some people are doing that around the country, aren't they?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, look up intentional community. That's what it's called.
What's it called?
Intentional community.
Intentional.
Yeah, some people. I mean, there are ones that have opened up where there is a focus that's like philosophical. Like some people will open up a purely Christian community. Other people will do a purely vegetarian community, that kind of thing. But there are some that are just for like the eco factor, like having all off-grid power and having like a big, nice composting garden and, just all the good things that you could possibly have.
I'm too fat and lazy for that.
And one of the cool things about such a community is like, the parking is usually sort of around the rim and then everybody walks inside. So, it feels like a small town of sorts.
Oh.
And there could even be like stores of a sort, or like trade centers, like, have you ever heard of like a free market where people just get together kind of like a swap meet, but it's in like a public park, right? And everybody
Like
just
farmers market.
but they just bring stuff that they're willing to give away for free, and everyone is there to do the same thing. So it's basically just like a kind of a fun little idea that people are doing. It's a literal swap meet where you just swap stuff instead of money. Yeah.
St. Tommy, if you're still listening, here's one in North Carolina.
Elderberry.
Co-housing, that's the name too. There's a lot of that in Europe that has been sort of developed over the last, probably since the 60s, but it mutated from the whole, commune hippie thing to just practicality.
Yeah, that's what's been happening. Just because out of necessity, they've had couples are doing that, sharing a home stuff.
And it's sort of innovative, and I think it is good for people to, to be in an environment where they feel like they have some role, just something. Or at least they know the people. Like, do you know your neighbors? I barely do.
Barely. It's hello, really.
Right.
Yeah, they're trying to sell me stuff. I think they're crackheads. Car sales for $30, weed whackers.
They just show up with random stuff at your door. Hey, do you need a TV?
Yeah, they do.
When I first came here, when I moved here, because my neighbors are like, they're hundreds of feet apart from one another. And so we had like a barbecue, because every 4th of July, we usually had a barbecue going, fireworks. That weekend, the 4th of July weekend, whatever it falls on. So first year, yeah, quite a nice number of neighbors came by. And then it was the second year. It was just one neighbor of ours. He came for the next couple of years. And then my relationship, it's like it's just got down to just hello. Only because of other issues, I just when he accidentally killed my cat.
Oh my God, what happened? That's terrible.
Yeah, I only had cat was like 6 years old.
Maybe I don't want to know.
Yeah.
All right.
I would let my cat out, right? Because she always came back. I let her out.
Right.
And I guess he was driving up the road, and I don't know the cat. I don't know if she tried to cross the road before the car did.
Oh,
Yeah, got hit right in front of my house. So yeah, that was quite sad.
I'm sorry about that.
I knew it was an accident. That was my thing. That was just an accident.
Yeah, cats can do that thing where they just dart and they're not really seeing the end result. They're just reacting. So.
Right. Yeah. Just like when you're driving down the road, the fucking squirrels, they're going back and forth. They're like,
right. We were out on a desert road one time, and this hare started running beside us, and it was going fast, and we were trying to get ahead of it, right? Because we didn't want to hit it, and it was just making us really nervous. It was running at our pace, and so we sped up, and it darted in front of the damn car, and we hit it, of course, but it actually sped up to go in front of us instead of just waiting 2 seconds to go behind us to cross the road. We were the only ones out there.
I had a deer do that to me.
It was so annoying. It's like, God damn it.
I had a deer do that to me.
Ugh. It gets into their little heads. Why do they have to go in front of the speeding thing?
But this looks interesting. So they have, let's see, all communities. How many they got going around?
There's a lot.
Holy shit.
Yeah, see that? I was going to say there's a lot in the Midwest and East Coast areas, but I guess it's really concentrated in the East Coast.
Kind of scary when it makes you think about militias and cults and stuff.
There's going to be a little bit of that in there, without a doubt. Yeah, and a lot of religious communities.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I imagine these are all different types of arrangements. Maybe that's why there's so many on the map. But I mean, it's not just one.
Yeah, and there are some that are kind of more like something traditional that you would expect from a housing community, where the house costs, maybe close to what the median price is for the area anyway. The difference is that you have more control over the property, what it looks like, what it contains, because you become sort of when you sign up, you have voting rights in a way. You get to help decide what happens there. So,
no, there's still a king on that property, though.
Say that?
Yeah, guys, I'm in Costa Rica. Come on, let's do it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
What's this?
Let's do it, Costa Rica. Come on, let's 90 acres.
Wow, that's beautiful. What are the housing options like in that place?
Property includes 2 houses, 3-1 cement. What's that? I don't know what a 3-1 cement and hardwood main house with large covered patios and a full appointed guest house.
Nice.
1,500 square foot multi-purpose building with washroom, artesian spring, view building sites, prepared hiking trails, recently planted keiko trees, and much more.
How nice.
Yeah, let's see the video. Yeah, here we go.
Retreat to one of the world's 5 blue zones, where people live longer, healthier lives. Located in the hills of the southern Pacific slope of Costa Rica's Nicoya Peninsula, Refugio de Los Angeles is a 100-acre property poised to be a high-dollar retreat. "23 years of responsible land management with permaculture principles has created a park-like property with abundant plants and wildlife.
Wow.
Current infrastructure consists of a 1,600 square foot main house, a 500 square foot guest house, and a 1,575 square foot multi-use building. Labor-intensive reforestation has been completed. Many varieties of medicinals and ornamentals have been planted. Miles of trails have been developed and building sites prepared. All this, and you were 30 minutes from the secluded Pacific Coast beaches of Costa Rica.
Wow. I don't know if I could do it all year long, but that'd be nice for a good part of the year.
Like Animal Crossing human.
It's beautiful.
Too many bugs. Was that a monkey? I want to kill a monkey.
The bug, that's the thing. I don't know if I could be there too long. Like a getaway for a couple of months.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
But you need a lot to maintain that, that's for sure.
By that Costa Rica, I think of like drug cartels busting your house in the middle of the night, slash your throat. You know what I mean? Stealing your car and shit. And I'm like, yeah.
I hear you. Eco Living Domes by Pacific Domes, USA made.
Live in a dome. That'd be cool. Under the water.
Look at that.
Look what?
Need more pictures. Come on. Oh, here we go. Gallery. Let's see what these domes are like. Dwell domes. Well, that'll make no changes. Ah, come on. That's pretty cool. So futuristic looking. Oh, you don't. Oh, damn. Man. Welcome to the screen share.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. I hear somebody's dog.
Yeah, like my daughter took off somewhere. She left her dog in here, and
Yeah, domes. That's what I was looking at. With my neighbor and his tractor.
oh, you got one of them too?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know where they get their gas from. Well, prices are low now. So.
I actually went by the gas station and didn't go down much at all. I mean, usually it lags behind anyway, behind whatever you see on the market.
I
mean,
see it down to $1.99.
Because they make their money with gas prices on the way up and on the way down. They just drag it.
Yep. Got to play the market.
But here's a dome. This looks pretty cool. Oh, look at that. I need more window now.
You can't put that anywhere in like Oklahoma or Tennessee or something like that, or God will rapture you up really quick. A little bit of wind, and your dog too.
Interesting.
My pretty.
They're pretty, yeah. Wonder how much what they can withstand as far as weather.
One of them stadium quality domes. I want to live underground in a cave.
Really?
That'd be cool.
Oh, nah, I don't think I could do that.
Like out there in Iraq, you know what I mean? It was like documentary, see out in Egypt, on the side of the mountain. That'd be cool.
$4.20.
Yep. I've been high all day.
Have you? Well, I just started with the show. I just haven't. That was my first hit of the day.
Oh, cool, man. Now I had to do the lawn earlier, so I figured might as well. I'm working with blades that are, a bear toke up.
All right, is this guy kidding me? Is this story? Is this? Are you kidding me? Wait a minute. How the fuck do I get out of here? Let me get off my. Let me pause the ad blocker. Refresh. God. I turned it off, assholes.
This sucks.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, Forbes. I mean, okay, I fell for the clickbait. It was talking about Branson asking for a fucking bailout or some shit.
Oh yeah, I saw it for Virgin. What was it his first? Is it airlines or?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Right. He should have saved his money. He made enough.
That's the thing. A lot of these folk, they're rich on paper. It's all paper.
Yeah.
So now the market's tanking and fucking that paper's becoming worthless. So you use that paper so you can buy shit or have shit because hey, it's kind of like you're an asset, right? The paper became the asset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did.
It's becoming worthless.
You got to have gold. You got to have something that's going to be worth more later.
And land is supposed to be one of those things too, right? All right.
Now if you already have it.
So today, today was the first day they made it mandatory to go into stores and wear a mask.
Oh, really? Is that everywhere?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you go into some stores, whatever, medical places, wherever there's gonna people, wear masks.
Yeah.
If you go,
man.
I mean,
remember we used to make fun of the Orientals for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You like watching news, and they would show China. They see like everybody in mask, and everybody kind of tease that.
Yeah, I remember.
What really pisses them off? Like when I went to Tractor Supply, everybody has masks on. So what you do is you just refer to everybody as doctor. They're all, that's $63. Like, yes, doctor. Hello, doctor. Good day, doctor. Nod. You know what you do? Some people laugh, but a lot of people get pissed off.
Now, also in Pennsylvania today, they had a protest go on at Harrisburg, the capital. People wanting to get back to work and stuff. And I saw some of the video, and there was some politicians making speeches too. Mostly, it was mostly Republicans there because Tom Wolf is a Democrat. But needless to say, there was a lot. They had some turnout. Now I wish they would at least wear masks. I mean, test people want to get back to work. I understand, because got no fucking money. We're running out of money.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or they want to get away from their spouses already.
Well, I think this stimulus, the Trump check was supposed to kind of hold people over until this thing blows over, which is supposed to be if everybody's, stays quarantined and in their little spaces. and crossing their fingers and hoping that they're not just doing this because there's aliens above the sky that get to do what they want. So everybody's in the houses and the Jewish overlord Illuminati are doing what they want. None of that, but you know, it'd be all right. But if you look out there, and there's people in Walmart rubbing elbows, they're not stopping anything at all because these people are working there, they're going home.
Mm-hmm.
This quarantine is not really a quarantine. I see it doing is I really see what I'm really seeing. I see a lot of small places closing down. I see a lot of small diners closing down. Only, you know, some are offering drive-through services, but they're slowly starting to fade out because they can't make money like that.
Yeah.
They're trying. Some might, some will, but a lot of these small shops, you know, side music shops, little small motorcycle places, or little repair shops, they're starting to shut down. What's going to stay open?
That's what I'm saying. This can't go on too long because the effects even worse.
But what's staying open is you have Walmart open, so you got to have your oil changes, your car fixed, buy everything you need at Walmart. Everybody's still going there. You have your supermarkets open. You have everything is.
So are you saying that you're and this is some are saying this. What happens is now the smaller businesses are going to get wiped out, and the big ones are going to come in, and then you're going to have total rule by just big companies.
Monopoly, man. It's like they're just freaking. They bought everything, waterworks, the railroads. So you don't know what the fuck's going in or out. So you have to trust them because they own it all. That's where, you know, property and ownership come into play, and that's a big problem because this is going to.
And the Federal Reserve, right? Federal Reserve threw all this money in there and said we're going to buy up all these like mortgage securities and all kinds of businesses and shit. So
self-interest.
Now you people want the socialism. That's the start of it, no?
it's no, not at all. I think
government and big businesses working hand in hand, and then
capitalism
to distribution to the public.
No, see, if it was socialism, then there would be no big pharma. There would be no Kaiser and all this. There would just be government manufactured drugs that are there to help people, and they'll be regulated through prices, and everybody get free health care. That there's nothing wrong with that. Capitalism plays a big part in the destruction of America, but you have to have socialism.
If you're going to socialize healthcare, which I'm leaning towards, my only issue was like how was it going to get paid for. You would have to put a cap. That's the problem we have here. It ain't working because there's no caps on a lot of medications or what medical centers could charge and stuff.
Yeah.
And it becomes very expensive. As long as the government guarantees payment for any kind of service, there are going to be those who are going to abuse that system. Always. So unless you have a cap of some sort, which goes against, I guess, a complete free market, which I don't think we've ever had, but that's the only way you're going to have a healthcare system that's going to be able to work for everybody.
Well,
and then the doctors and nurses become government employees. Pretty much.
What's wrong with that? We have police. We have education system. What's wrong with doctors and nurses getting a solid check? Other city workers, if people work for the city, there's people work for the state. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm just saying, and but. So I'm going to come down to taxes.
Yeah, we're going to pay taxes anyway, man. And all this number is just a numbers game. There's the whole deficit and all that crap could be trillions or zero. It doesn't fucking matter. It's just, it's just a game to them. It's all it is. It's just a game. It's not the money that matters. It's the people.
But the thing is, I'm one for a person being as self-reliant as possible, right? I understand not everybody can physically do that, right? That there should be some personal responsibility. And, depending on how one acts is rewards and punishments, it's just life. So I think when it comes to, I'm wondering, say you have the people who should now, I guess it's about fairness, right? Should people who who are able to stay healthy within their means have to pay the brunt of people who outright abuse their bodies.
Uh-huh.
I'm not talking about like, you develop something naturally you have no control over. I'm talking about the things that we do have control over as far as personal responsibility. Should someone be rewarded or punished based on,
like an example would be like somebody that gets on dope and they're just living off the welfare system, and Honest Joe has to, pay taxes to take care of that guy, right?
Right.
Okay. Where are the drugs coming from? How do you get on the drugs?
But to get the drugs, what do you mean when you get the
Okay,
drugs?
because that made Johnny B. Lately late for work and fell out at it and drop out and collect a welfare check now, and knock up Susie Sucks a lot down the street, has a bunch of little kids, and now they're on welfare.
Right.
So
I don't know. What's
you gotta get to the cause of the problem.
The cause of the problem would be lack of education, lack of nutrition, those kind of things.
That's I see that as like bad parenting.
Well, now the parents don't even know. Parents can't teach what they don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, it's monkey see, monkey do. It's
like a generation. So maybe part of the educational curriculum should be nutrition,
right.
Vitamins that you need and why you need them.
But you remember, like back in the day, they had those like.
And I think everything needs to be like I think that custom fit, because everybody's is different. Their chemistry is different. There's no. I don't think there is any blanket diet that's going to fit everybody.
Well, I think a lot has to do with this media. Because you remember watching like in elementary school, I'm kind of an old fart, but they would show these old freaking time movies or something like that, and they'll have like this. I went from the ghetto, so they saw some janky shit. So they would have those like duck and cover little short films in black and white, and they would have those like little Susie brushes her teeth every morning and makes her bed, and little Jerry goes down and helps mom with the dinner table and prepare breakfast. He's such a good boy, and dad's off to work because he's a hardworking man, and mom, right?
The food pyramid.
Yeah, they promoted a nice, healthy way of living, but it got to shit with I don't know, man. It's just people just.
And then you had companies, people lobbying, like the milk companies, and they would do all the milk commercials, because they were lobbying,
right,
the industry,
Yeah.
But
cheese, that whole cheese thing. Everybody's hooked on cheese.
Sugar is our killer. Here, come on, sugar is a killer. That's a fucking drug.
Yeah, man, it's worse than cocaine. That's why I do cocaine and I eat sugar-free products.
It's in everything. So maybe I like my sugar. I love my sugar. But maybe we need to be taxed the shit out of. So maybe because they eat less sugar.
Well, if we allow so much sugar, maybe something's wrong with us.
Healthy food, cheap, accessible to everyone. Fruits, vegetables, herbal medicines, and everything. Make that affordable. And all the other garbage.
There's people that won't even eat a vegetable.
I'm sorry, you could pay part of your health care with those taxes, like the sin tax.
Sin tax?
Yeah, they had things like called sin tax. It was sugar, tobacco, and alcohol.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
Items that you would, they're really bad, abuse, right, is bad. So heavily taxed, and apparently this is to pay for the health care, which I think is not a bad idea. But it's got to be there's got to be accountability. It has to be accountability.
Yeah, there definitely does, but people are just lazy.
Yeah, the way things going now, man, there's gonna have to be a total fucking reset of the system. And then people have been talking about this for months before the virus. The way the economy was going, that there was going to be a needed of a global reset, and here it is. It's coming. Fucking
How
reset.
convenient.
We are seeing a global reset. There's gonna be new money coming in. There's gonna be new. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I just hope fucking liberties are not in danger. That's all.
Oh man, they're always a danger.
But I mean, right now you still have freedom of speech. You have freedom to protest and gather. You have freedom to carry your arms. So for the most part, I say our freedoms are intact. But if this is some grand scheme, fucking conspiracy of China or some shit, and fucking take over, man, I don't know. It's not far fetched, but I feel like I'm fucking living in a fucking movie now.
Right? Exciting. It's fun.
$25 negative a barrel. A barrel of oil is negative $25. I fucking cannot. I feel like I'm living in fucking bizarro world.
Well, it came from the ground, so it ain't worth shit to me. That's why I bury all my oil when I change my motor oil in my backyard.
They got fucking tankers in the middle of the ocean just sitting there with fucking millions of barrels of oil. That's why it ain't going nowhere. They have to stop production. And if they stop drilling, this is the thing now. If say they start stopping these drills, now to power them all up again is not an easy process over time. When you want to get the crew together, get the machinery going, like the whole other concern about the rest of the economy. If we let things go on too far, for a lot of businesses, you're past the point of no return.
It's like 12 monkeys. The animals are taking over again. Lions sleeping in the streets.
You seen that happening in? Did you see in San Francisco?
No.
Coyotes are coming out into the streets of San Francisco.
Nice. It's like this place was ours. That's funny. Like nature just gonna take back anyway. I mean,
I seen like what was that show? Maybe it was the movie. Was the movie Day After? The day after, maybe it was like a day after a nuclear bomb or something. I'm seeing some movie where the cities that get all abandoned, the fucking vines are growing up the building.
Yeah. End of the world. Zombies running the streets.
Yeah, Fatso. Fatso, you coming in?
Hey, Fatso.
Out there. Yeah, should we short the market? Can we how do we do this? Can we
Yeah.
Those bets are going in like long-term bets. I mean, is it a safe long-term bet that oil's going to go up?
Definitely, yeah, man. I think so. I mean,
by next year. I don't play around markets like that much, but I'm sure.
Well, it has to go up.
Yeah.
Because when this thing blows over, even if 75% of the population dies, what the remainder is there is going to go even stronger, harder, and faster. You're going to have a whole big baby boom again, and things will get rolling. It's just who's going to be there to reap in the benefits of it. The strongest. Evolution. Elvis-lution. Everybody's Elvis.
Evolution. Well, markets closed about an hour ago, and so oil closed at negative 1310.
Wow.
Closed. Yep. And the market down 592 points.
Nice. I like it.
He likes
Shake rich people, shaking your boots. Nah, they know what they're doing. They're playing the game. They're making things like really shitty. Watch. They're gonna fucking whip it back like Indiana Jones. They're gonna catch it on the fucking rebound at the right time because they know how to fucking do this shit, dude.
So let's see. According to Market Watch, why the oil market just crashed into negative territory? 4 things investors need to know. Now, I want to see those fucking gas prices drop. Yeah, article. I guess I have to click on this. Okay, I did the article.
I see 99 cents a gallon. That's the lowest I see out here. It's pretty low.
I'm not going to see that with 80 cents a gallon state tax on our gas. It's like Pennsylvania, California,
California.
who's the other state? Was it
Oh.
Illinois? I think like the top 3 highest gas taxes in the country.
Oh.
So yeah.
Like Massachusetts or some shit.
Yeah, so the best maybe, I mean, what's the best that we could do here? I mean, 80 cents tax.
Yeah.
Then the oil companies that make something, place the gas station,
Mhm.
so maybe $1.20.
The thing I think is what's really happening is, see, it's negative a barrel, but the barrels that we're using, the barrels that are going to be used for the next month or two are already bought and sold at the last prices. So all this stuff right now is just a way for something to stay there so that it could be either inches, or so there's going to be a money gain. They're going to move a decimal point somewhere in their favor because it doesn't matter. The what we're using now has already been bought and sold. It's
Right. And now if these prices are down, which have to bring down the gas, I mean, what happens now? Because now eventually that oil is going to come onto market, but the price is already negative. So they'll be losing money. I mean, what you kind of have to, I don't know.
I think I'm thinking like maybe something kind of weird, like the prices, they're going to say the prices of it are worth nothing, below zero, -13. So in people's minds are like, holy shit, gas prices are going to get fucking cheaper, dude. I'm going to fucking, this Wuhan fucking Sally's done blowing. I'm going to, party hardy, dude. But so when everything returns to normal, people are going to buy it up like it's nothing, but it's already going to be, it's just the way they play the game. So they'll be spending more money on gasoline, on everything, oil. It's going to reverse itself, and they're just make money on top of it. You got to think like a thief sometimes.
So according to this article, oil just did something that even market veterans shake their heads and wonder. The soon-to-expire May contract for West Texas Intermediate crude on the New York Mercantile Exchange traded and closed in negative territory. Quote, I'm not sure how to react to that other than say that nobody, whether they're 120 years old or whether they're 20 months old, has ever seen an oil price lower than this. 40-year market veteran is Tom Closer. The negative finish means the holder of a long position would be required to pay someone to take that contract off their hands. Negative oil prices would seem to be a foreboding sign about the outlook for an economy kicked in the teeth by a COVID-19 pandemic. It would also seem at first glance to point to ever cheaper gasoline prices at the pump, a potential positive for hard-hit consumers.
There's insurance companies involved too on both sides.
It is
making money.
Definitely going to be a positive for companies who use up a lot of gas, whatever, to get back online. Maybe it helped to give a good start for our manufacturing businesses as well. For plastic,
there you go, right?
For our plastics and stuff, right? You need to control plastics, and maybe it's an opportunity. I don't know.
More trucks, more rubber on the road, more roads, more gas, more work, right? More, yeah, it works out.
The move was certainly emblematic of a historic bear market for oil, which has been sunk by the collapse of demand as a result of coronavirus outbreak and a brief but ugly price war between Saudi Arabia and Russia that added even more crude to an oversupplied market. But it also represents a phenomenon characteristic of futures markets where while price swings, albeit perhaps never on Monday's scale, can occur around contract expirations. Yeah, like I was sharing earlier about Saudi Arabia and Russia, it's very cheap for them to pull oil out of the ground. And it's very expensive. Part of bringing the oil prices down for us, at least, was with the shale, right? But the shale companies need oil. I believe they need oil at like $50 a barrel to make a profit. So it was killing them. And, and we were like looking to them to, have America self-sufficient. right? Becoming an
Mhm.
export instead of an import. The May WTI crude contract CL.1 was negative 171%. That closed at 37.63 a barrel. A one-day drop of $55.90 or 306%. Wow.
Yeah, I remember it wasn't too long ago when they were saying oil shortages. You know, the whole.
Right.
You know, it's always some kind of.
We're running out of oil. That's why the price
Yeah,
is high. Bullshit.
exactly. And now we have too much oil. It's
This earth, the earth makes this shit like fucking like fruit.
right.
itself.
Just drill some. You're gonna hit water or oil. It just depends how far you go.
I think though our drilling does. Well, we've shown that to be kind of true here with the with the shale, causes earthquakes in the area.
Oh, the fracking.
Yeah, the fracking.
Where they take the oil out, replace with water, and just hope everything goes okay, and then everything starts to fucking cave in, and you have like
Right.
what do they call them? Yeah.
Like putting water in your try putting water in your car.
Like quicksand under your house, and yeah, we're just asking for it, man. We are here. I think in nature, humans are here to fucking just destroy the earth, dude. Just eat it, just freaking like devour it. We're like the fungus on a fruit, just slowly fucking crumbling it in, and we're just eating and taking. And we're like, you shouldn't do this and save the fucking trees, but I'm gonna go have a barbecue and fucking kill a deer. It's just crazy. We're like maggots.
It's almost like the earth is fighting back with the fucking virus. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's almost like the earth, Mother Nature, in a way saying, all right, enough is enough, guys.
There's a bunch of Native Americans standing around in a fucking circle laughing right now. Ha 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 ha! We told you. Ha ha.
We're all going
Don't
to take
man.
a break right now, everybody.
The virus is actually the cure for humanity.
Yep.
Yeah, like if we just look at the earth as one big cell, with its own immune system. Yeah, maybe it is fighting back because we are like an infestation, polluting it, taking up its resources and stuff.
It's our job because no matter how many times we say we don't want to, we shouldn't, we still do it.
Yeah, because convenience and laziness and gratification is more important to people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let your Native Americans somewhere laughing their asses off right now.
I think it's because we're so removed from our original place in nature. We don't relate to it anymore. We relate to this other type of life that's like it's artificial, but we don't realize how much it's kind of. I think it affects us in ways we don't even realize.
But what if this is human nature? This has always been like this. This is what we're striving for. This is what we became. This is nature itself. What we're doing.
But what's our ultimate state of achievement or whatever?
Destruction, ownership, destruction, self-destruction, self-inflicted pain, delusion, and destruction, ultimate destruction. That's why we build That's why we build bombs, missiles, guns. We don't, we don't build peace trains. We build fucking FEMA camps. It's
it's what we've become though, like we weren't I think honestly that agriculture pointed us this way and we never stopped. This is the long game development of agriculture.
Yeah, but there always had to be violence for it to be so common and natural for human beings to enjoy in a way.
I think that actually started with agriculture because that's when people were able to they had to protect their stuff for the first time ever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. Okay.
People worked while other people didn't, and that caused problems for the first time.
Mhm.
You know, like people got to be just a different mindset, a different place in the, you know, just how things worked in nature. You know,
Well, I don't know if everybody's so even. If you look at like chimpanzees and gorillas, they stay very primitive, but they have the lazy ones, they have the hardworking ones, they have the abusive ones. They have their own personalities in that way. It's
true. But see, like when you have agriculture, you also have the ability to swell the population. Because
if you
food
control
is
what
very
is being what is being grown and you distribute it at what you want, then you could
But
govern
then,
people.
yeah, right. But then, like you're talking about a pretty tight system of control. So, who decides who's in control, and how do they stay in control?
The Jews, your money.
Point is that you're going to need some kind of government.
Right. Well, there we go, and that's where it enters. And then, how do you keep it from being corrupt?
Yeah.
You know, how do you? Yeah.
Well, nothing works so far.
And that's, I mean, we've sort of been this, you know, our generation and previous ones too, we were, you know, kind of born into this thing that was already happening, and we just accept it because that's what everybody else has accepted. And, you know, this is just one possibility. There's so many other possibilities, but because we're sort of like locked into this way,
We've been indoctrinated.
yeah, potential is hard for people to imagine as something real, you know, like alternatives, totally different paths, you know. So
Conformity breeds content.
Yeah, with all our technology and all, I mean, yeah, life should not have to be so difficult for so many people.
Yeah, they should have found God by now, too.
And I think most people want the same things. You know?
Yeah, I mean, they want to feel safe, secure. They maybe want a family. They want to, you know, be social.
Right.
Have fun, relax.
Yeah. I think we can have all that without having this particular system. You know, I think part of the problem with this system is that, you know, the richest people have their hands into this economy to a point where, you know, they control it, and we really do have to have like some kind of alternative economy that they can't touch. That's what I think.
That'd be tough.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be, but I don't know, because that deals them out. You know, they can operate on their strata with people that can afford what they do in life. But I think personally, I think it's like this. I think that we should have a system of, call it socialism, for people who are in that, you know, we're not wealthy, right? We're not the wealthy ones. Let the wealthy deal in capitalism. Let them have it. I mean, we can still have like some of it, right? But we don't have to live that way as like a main way of life. We can have like a modified, like a just.
But we do have a modified, a just life. Those fuckers are out there driving Lamborghinis up and down Boulevard fucking strip, snorting cocaine off hookers' tits. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what I would do with my money, but that's what they're doing with their money.
Who? The wealthy?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Hardy down there in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. But we do. There's a really great. There's another really great quote. Let me find it real quick. About I think it's about capitalism specifically. But hold on.
Break out the Noam Chomsky encyclopedia.
We got to bring back a middle class. I mean, you know, that's the large proportion of the population, and yeah, the rich poor that's just widened, right? There's no middle class anymore. It's just, you know.
Well, because there's no production, no manufacturing. We don't have our own products. That's what the middle class was. The middle class was working down at the factory, you know, the metal factories and you know, making anything from forks to cars.
The other thing is now our other problem, I think, is just we have too much shit too, right?
Mhm.
You know, that becomes like a thing. I think we think,
Oh,
you know, the more we have, or the illusion
well, that kind of like
better or more to be
Mhm.
happy, you know?
that kind of goes like with the animal mentality, where you know you need the next shiny thing. The pack rat, you know, will want the next shiny thing, and they keep introducing things as new and better and improved, and everybody wants a new thing. Everybody wants the best thing. So we just keep consuming and eating and festering and getting fatter and shittier, and we have all this shit. We don't even need it. You know, the
And that's why we
landfill's
used to
full
feel
of.
younger people for that, right? Because usually, like when we were young, right, or at least when I was in school, right, it was about having the name brand, a popularity, all that bullshit, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's what they were that's what the heavy marketing goes towards, right? Teenagers, early 20s at the time. But perhaps maybe we're getting into having a different generation where maybe we have another generation. They're going through all this shit now, and they're seeing like, you know what? You see a lot of people. You don't need so much shit.
Well, people
No.
were drawn away way back, like we were talking about name brand stuff back in the 70s and 80s, because it was quality that mattered before. But when they started flashing the Adidas and the Nike commercials, you know, and you know, you have to have a certain type of bicycle, then they had a status quo. That meant if you didn't have that or better, you were jack shit. You were poor. You know, you're a chump. And you're wearing Pro Wings to school. Oh, you're gonna get fucking bum rush, man. You know,
Yeah.
they made that happen. That's how you control people, is by dividing them, and you find your dividing lines. Not only that, you get you get to fill your little charts with, you know, demographics and everything, and who has what to wear and what they're doing with their money here and there. You gotta keep control of your people. Little off top, little digress on my digressions, but yeah.
I got shit I want to get rid of. What shit I've collected over the fucking years. Oh,
I travel light, dude. I get rid of everything.
I want to be light now. Yeah.
Bare minimum. You never know when you got to run from the Nazis.
You have a bug out bag.
Right? Can't take it all with you.
Just take everything you need.
Yep.
Food, fucking gun, fucking knife.
What would you take to a desert island?
Oh, I need my Bible, Vic.
Well, at least you got something to read.
Oh, I need my Bible, my handgun, and a knife,
Never know when them natives will come around the corner.
and a bandana because I got to cover my face now. I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be right back. You guys be. Is Psychedelic back yet?
Yeah.
She's looking for a quote.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Who's out there? Wild Heart and anybody want to come in? Come on in, Fatso. I think I'll only stay live for maybe 20 minutes. My voice is killing me. All right, I'll be right back.
Look it up.
Sorry. Now I'm trying to find the talk that the guy actually recited it in. I can't find it in print form, I don't think. So.
What was it about?
You know what? I might have put it on my Twitter. Hold on. It's a quote about capitalism. That's really good.
Oh, okay.
That's all. Nothing too special. Just if I can get it in here while we're still on, then I'll put it up.
Cool.
Are you playing that?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, what are you playing there? That tune sounds familiar.
Oh, that was Hallelujah, I think.
Oh, yeah. You know the words?
Yeah, but I can't sing word of shit.
Like the Leonard Cohen Hallelujah or whatever. I'm not sure who wrote it.
I'm not exactly sure who wrote it, but I know it was Jeff Buckley.
Oh, really? He wrote it? Tim Buckley?
No, I think Jeff Buckley sang it, but I don't think he wrote it. I don't think he wrote it though.
Jeff Buckley did a version. A lot of people have covered that song. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I don't know.
Yeah, he covered it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like his version though. Really good.
Who made it popular though in the movie? That
Ooh, I don't know.
was there? There was some fucking movie. Wasn't it popular in some movie? I gotta check. There's a movie called. What was this? Hallelujah, 1929.
Oh. Earlier than I thought.
I love when you go down fucking rabbit holes.
What rabbit hole did you end up in?
Hallelujah, 1929. This is the Swanee Shuffle.
Oh, here we go. I got it. All right. I'm excited now. All right, are you ready?
Go for it.
All right. So, unfettered, unregulated capitalism knows no limits and, in essence, commodifies everything. Human beings become commodities. The natural world becomes a commodity that we exploit until exhaustion or collapse. We are creating a system of neo-feudalism, a world of masters and serfs, where nothing, including human life, has intrinsic value, but only a monetary value. That society cannibalizes itself until it dies, and that's where we're headed unless we create systems of resistance outside the formal structures of power.
Who said that?
Chris Hedges.
Give that guy a cookie for thinking like me. Told you.
Right on. When did he say that?
You know what? I was watching like a lecture, and the guy that was giving the lecture brought it out. He was saying that this was a quote from Chris Hedges, and he said that in other ways, like in sort of shorter snippets. But I think I was trying to find the talk it came from, but I wasn't having any luck. I think he cited either a lecture that Chris Hedges gave or from a book or something. but yeah, he said that. I'll try to find the talk and I'll put it in the chat. If I can find it. Do you have doubts that he said that?
I have doubts syndrome.
You have doubter syndrome? Doubt everything?
Doubt syndrome.
Mm. But what if it's not real? But what if? Sorry,
Can't
what
trust your dreams. Can't trust reality.
Yeah, don't trust your eyes or your ears.
Hold it.
You
Yeah.
guys are a figment of my imagination.
Put them there. I don't believe in them.
Mhm.
Good night, Wild Heart.
Later, Wild Heart.
And Mark is back in the house.
Oh, I tried to
No
get in,
more.
but it looked like there was nobody in here.
Really?
Yeah, I just my doctor had called because I have a tele appointment on Wednesday, and she's like, "Listen, I wanted to get in touch with you ahead of time, rather than so the kid can come over. Thank God,
Okay.
and they don't have to change my meds." And she said, "If you want, I can send you to go get a test tomorrow for COVID." And I was like, "I don't really think that it's necessary."
Okay. You having company, you said? The kids come over?
Yeah, the doctor said it's fine that he comes over.
Just wear a mask, I guess, right?
That's good.
No, actually, they are like freaks about social distancing and hand sanitizer, just like we are.
Uh-huh.
So the doctor's like, I really don't think that there's going to be a problem introducing another family member into the house. And she's an infectious disease doctor, so she's dealing with this. So we're very happy. What have I missed?
Mark's doctor. Mark, your doctor's here.
My doctor's here.
Yeah, it goes by Mark's doctor. Hello, Mark's doctor. See?
Do you know what my doctor's name is? Dr. Wankowitz. No shit.
Dr.
I do after I pee.
And it's a female. So hello, Dr. Wankowitz. Nice to see you.
Wankowitz.
That's too easy. I can't even say it.
Wankowitz.
Yeah, I was kind of like, seriously, do I have to say that?
I'm smoking again. I don't give a shit. Cheers.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
Dr. Wankowitz. Oh. Do you know Mr. and Mrs. Cock and Balls?
We're the
Nobody
proctologist. We're the proctologist, Dr. Fingerrut.
We're talking about capitalism. We're talking about we're talking about different things, like looking for an ideal system, Mark, an ideal governmental system that'll work for everybody.
Democratic socialism.
Oh.
That'll work for everyone. Ask Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby.
Yeah, so anyway, because of the news from the doctor, then I had to call Alicia and tell her the good news, and because they're both working from home and they're having to deal with him and they're going completely insane. So we can watch him for a bit. So I missed all that just because,
Okay.
Are you guys keeping this going even after you stop broadcasting?
Yes, probably.
Okay. Cool.
So let's talk about gods.
I have to fold laundry, but I'll be listening.
Okay.
Well, I guess I.
Oh, plus, yes, I could help too. Did you see the compliment you got from Wild Heart earlier?
Yeah, that was nice.
You do have a nice voice. You do have a nice
Oh, thank you.
I do have a nice voice.
I knew who it was. I knew who it was.
Is that Dr. Wank? Wait, Wankit?
Wankowitz. Wankowitz. Dr. Wankowitz.
Dr. Wankit Hard?
Dr. Wankowitz.
You know Dr. Wankit Hard?
All right, I'll show you a picture of Dr. Wankowitz.
Oh,
Do you think we are live? You know, you want to?
Yeah, we are live.
Well, she is a doctor.
Well, some of us are live.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why I have to see. Yeah, is she in a bikini? Is that what we're gonna? Sorry.
Maybe she's not a real doctor because I'm not finding her. I spelled it wrong.
Maybe she's a horse doctor.
A vet. Mark's been going to a vet all this time.
Mm-hmm. Should be vetted.
I don't know. It's like putting
Anyway, good evening. I'm having me kufu. Over.
a bunch of people calling Dr. Wankowitz and talk. I don't think you. I don't think you should treat the Mark side.
There she is.
She looks like a very nice lady.
She is actually very, very nice.
She has a pleasant face, like something. Yeah, like a
kind face.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Does she throw the javelin?
What?
She throw the javelin.
What are you, weird or something?
Yeah, 1970.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
AMC javelin.
Looks like one of those Eastern European athletes who have been on the steroids.
Oh, right. Yeah, I had a thick neck.
Yep. Definitely.
Like the horse teeth and a thick neck.
Yep. Taking the horse tranquilizer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what she's got for Mark. Horse tranquilizer.
Yeah.
Right in the butt.
Oh, you would like that too much.
That's what got me in this position that I had to see her anyway.
Exactly.
Bent over.
Yep.
So she says, I'm looking at you sent me a very detailed letter about, she said, so you were diagnosed with HIV in 2008. And I was like, no, 1993. And she says, oh, well, that changes things. And she's like, so you're actually doing very well. And I was like, oh, am I? And she's like, yeah. And she says,
yeah, you're still alive.
Yeah, and she says the aches and pains that you have to understand a person on HIV drugs is generally considered 10 years older than the normal person. So in other words,
just the right thing you need to hear, right?
Yeah, I know. She said, so your bones are going to hurt, your joints are going to hurt, you're going to be exhausted, and that's part of the disease. And she said, and then you have other issues on top of that, so just take it easy and stop freaking out.
Oh, yeah, we know about your other issues.
You know what? At least I work on them.
Yeah. I just like busting your balls.
Yeah, I know. Notice that he stopped short of saying balls, because you can't say Mark Seidel and balls at the same time and not be gay. What will people think?
Uh-huh.
God, I feel like I did smoke, but I didn't.
He's right. I tried it. So what are you doing next Saturday night, Mark?
What?
What did
he say?
I think he's asking you out on a date.
I would date Vic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too late. I'm not gay anymore. It was like a couple seconds. It wore off. Sorry.
Did you see this meme?
Ah, damn it.
You should have at least got a little action before you switch back.
I'm more in love with. You know what? That is fucked the fuck up.
Having a bad
Why
day?
did you show that?
Well, I'm trying to make people feel better. Here we go. It's all about, perspective.
Scroll it.
Having a bad day, anybody? You could be a Siamese twin.
I saw that earlier somewhere. Where was that?
You could be a Siamese twin attached to a gay brother who has a date, and you're the only one at.
Oh, Jesus.
Back to there we go. There it is.
Oh, my God. That is unbelievable. I can tell which one's the gay one, the one with no teeth.
No, wouldn't the gay one be the one with on the right, the head on the right?
With the love handles?
On
The giant love. Oh, they both have big ears.
maybe it's the outfit that's throwing me off. Like who would be the one with the ass? Who's controlling the ass?
I think the one with the legs, if there is one with legs.
Well, the thing is, they're like really redneck hillbillies, so they're probably just dating each other.
You know what? This is too much. This is too much. I want nothing to do with this at all.
Too late.
Really degenerated fast.
Too late, and your doctor's gonna find out now.
Oh my god.
Doc, you know your patient's into some weird shit. Hangs out with some weirdos.
What in the gay fuck?
What in the gay fuck?
You're right. I'm just
What
like,
would
oh
that
my God.
be anyway?
Oh. So anybody any I don't know, because I'm only gonna stay here live for a few more minutes, 10 more minutes, maybe 15. Is there any new music or movies that you've been watching? Well,
Oh no, don't ask, because Fats is going to play some strange music from that land.
anything? Anybody? Anything? What have you been binge watching lately? Anything?
I really haven't been. I've been hanging out on here a lot.
Yeah, been binge hanging. That's for sure.
But what the hell were we supposed to do?
Right. V? Anything
Nah, man, just playing video games, busting people's chops on Discord, just fucking around, just having fun.
you got like troll accounts on Discord and you're trolling people?
No, I go by Plastic Jesus, and I just throw like my fucking craziness out there, and people get riled up, and I like to piss people off, even at my own expense. It's funny.
You want to piss people off.
Yeah, isn't he a kind person, that one?
Well, I mean,
I don't want your kind in my commune then.
What kind is he anyway?
I've been messing with like.
Oh, he's one of those wall jumpers. That's right.
We're stealing it now. We don't jump them anymore. We just steal it. We don't want to. They don't want to come here anymore. Not for a while.
You're just stealing pieces of the wall.
You didn't hear about that? They're like stealing parts of the wall. And they're like adding on garage doors and shit. It was on the news a couple months ago.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was hilarious.
I thought it was a joke.
No, they were stealing that shit.
No.
Guys.
But Mark, Victor would be the guy. Victor would be the guy in your neighborhood who's putting up the flag there up on the pole, just to piss you off.
Well, why do you think that guy does it?
Yeah.
I don't even like Mexico. I'll just put the Mexican flag up there just to piss people off.
Put a Mexican flag. Would you rather have Victor putting up a Mexican flag?
I no flags. No flags go on there.
But if you had a choice,
No.
if you had
Where
a
would
choice,
you live if there's no flags around?
This is America. We need if any flag is going to be flown anywhere, it should be the American flag. But it shouldn't be on an illegal.
So it's okay now.
God. I'm sterilizing my phone. Leave me alone.
sterilize his phone.
And guess what I have today? A sore throat.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm not going to ask why.
Oh, yeah, like I was able to get out and go on a date.
I don't know.
Is that the first date?
Look at me bending over, looking out the window to see if that fucking flag is still up. Son of a bitch. All right, I have to take a walk. I'll be back. No, I'm only kidding.
But Fatso, what you were sharing some kind of video, and then I'm trying to find now. And then it led me to some other band that I shared in the Hangout. I thought it was pretty cool, that song. I'm trying to find it now again. Trying to find the name of the band. Where was it?
Oh, are you ready for this one? Let's talk about Georgia.
Georgia? The
Yep.
state?
Yep. Says theaters, massage therapists, bowling alleys, and barbers can reopen this Friday. What a dumb fucking move.
Why?
Why? Did you really just say why?
I think we're gonna have to let some businesses open, but we take precautions. People wear masks and sanitize. Yeah, and if you have any, quarantine the sick. Let's not,
John,
let the healthy work.
most people who have COVID-19 don't know it.
But most people that is an issue is like people over 60.
That's obviously, yeah,
Pre-existing.
for the most part, there have been young people who have died.
Very small percentage. I mean, numbers that are coming
If you
out.
had a child, would you be willing to risk your child's life?
What's it? What to go out? Can we go out? Can we take them to the park? Would you allow that?
The park, fine.
But to get a haircut from someone,
In a closed up, no.
if they have a mask on and their hands are clean. Why not? It's just like say going to a doctor. You want the same thing. They're going to be near
John,
you.
I don't think you understand how contagious this is.
I just throw my kid at Chuck E. Cheese ball pit for a couple hours.
Go
get my massage.
Where are my tranquilizers? He said ball pit. Oh,
As balls deep.
no. I'm just saying. Can you imagine letting your children get in one of them?
We're gonna have to like some kind of open up. Like I said before, I mean, I was really hoping to end this hangout on a high note.
Well, you can. You're the one who's being all negative about it.
I know I've been in one as a child, but I know you've had to be in a ball pit, Mark.
Shut up. Let's leave my 20s out of this.
I guess where's the balance of personal liberties and then
For Christ's sake, right now you need to give them up.
well, then I'm gonna lean towards the infamous quote from Ben Franklin.
No, John. This is a temporary. Oh
Yes.
God! Why do I even bother arguing with these people?
But you gotta allow some parts of the. Listen, I don't understand. I mean, but people still go. You still go into the store, right?
Yeah.
You go into the supermarkets.
Yeah, it's crowded, man.
So I mean, why? I mean, why not other industries can be allowed to open with certain restrictions? You know.
All right, so
Some businesses are going. The longer it goes, the more and more are gonna not be able to recover. They will not have the funds, like restaurants, like I was talking about, a lot of places.
too
Where-
bad.
For them to even come back,
Too bad. That's the way things work in life.
So many Taco Bell everywhere, like Demolition Man.
well, I mean, I don't know. Easy to say till there's a lot of stuff not available.
Well, then, excuse me.
Easy to say when crime doesn't hit our neighborhood.
Thank
No.
you. Well, that's fine. I mean, you want to go into a hair salon and get your hair cut? That's great. I mean, God
I
bless.
don't need to because I've solved that problem like over a year ago by shaving my head.
All right, and if you want to go sit in a theater, then go right ahead. I mean, I'm not doing it.
and you should be free not to. But
My
I'm not.
barber is a double amputee.
Well, all I have to say is
I
that
should have first-
And he's Chinese.
if anybody who wants to be stupid about this, let them die. That's all I have to say.
And that would be their personal choice.
That's right. Well, but the only problem I have with that is that you're putting other people at risk.
Not if you're wearing a mask.
That's the best part about being a
Not
nihilist.
true, John.
The mask is a big part of
It helps.
a lot. It helps a lot.
We're robbing people. I
This
got
virus, John, this virus, I'm telling you, it's much more contagious than the flu. The mask doesn't always work.
I don't know, Mark, but the numbers are not saying that, Mark.
Oh, really? What are the numbers say?
I'm gonna like share.
They're not reflecting it. I think hey, it's good to be safe than sorry, but at one point you have to realize, okay, we might have been too safe.
Oh, okay. All right. I give up.
Like, we just have to agree to disagree. Because again, if the cure can wind up being worse than the crisis.
Yeah, and you're talking economy. I'm sorry, you can't compare human life to the economy.
Well, of course, it has a lot to do with economy because you're talking about homelessness, you're talking about poverty, you're talking about people going hungry, you're talking about crime.
That's why we need a system of socialism to kick in temporarily until this is over, so that everyone gets.
Absolutely, it is that easy. How much does our military spend? What's our military budget? Give me a break. There's so many places that we can draw funds from and take care of our people until this is over.
Yep. There's nothing wrong with that, you know.
How does one decide when it's over?
I think that would probably be obvious. I mean,
when the numbers
Brojo, read that. I put a link in there. Read that link. Put it on the screen.
Link.
In here.
In the chat.
You're not the boss of him.
Yes,
I would think once we have a vaccine and a cure, that is when, and it's cheap or free. That's when everything can just go back to normal, because it doesn't matter if you get it, because you know what I mean. Vaccinate everyone that doesn't have it, you cure everyone that does.
Thank you. Now here's the thing, Psychedelic. I know that when that happens, my ass is going to be out there spending money because I want to go out and eat. I want to go out. I mean, I want to go spend money.
It's basically almost like a celebratory thing at that point, because
yes,
we all got risked and we got through it. You know, like of course we're all going to go out and splurge, and I thought this splurge. But there is a possibility that this virus will be cyclical and will have mutations that are hard to keep up with. We don't know yet. It might not be just this one wave, you know?
Right, exactly.
So
what happened, like I was telling John earlier, when last week they had a rally in protest in Kentucky to open the government back up. In that very area where that happened, the infection rates went right up.
Yeah.
Those people were out there with no masks. This thing is...
I guess we're going to see if there's an outbreak out of Harrisburg now, because there was like
absolutely
demonstration.
And the thing about it is that right now, the coronavirus cases in our area, they're still going up.
Yeah, just give it a couple weeks.
Were those people in Kentucky wearing masks?
No.
Again.
John.
Again. Do you think that maybe if they were wearing masks, but yet was still allowed to assemble, that there might have been no spike at all?
John.
Nope. It's all bad news. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
The problem is the attitude of the people. These people who get out there and say, yeah, all right, so a medical worker stood in front of a truck
out there
that was protesting, okay?
And why?
And the woman, because they were blocking the entrance to the hospital.
Well, they shouldn't have done that. That's in
Oh,
danger.
of course not, but they're not. They're selfish fucking pricks.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That should not be done, because you are endangering the lives of others.
Well, that's what they're doing. So anyway, the woman who was in the truck is yelling at this medical worker, why don't you you're allowed to work, how come I can't? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, how stupid are these people?
Wow.
Yeah,
and
I hate
him, why don't you go back, why don't you go to communist China where you belong and all? I mean,
isn't that great? Isn't that amazing?
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And of course they had a Trump sign.
Yeah, my husband is just handing me this little headline here. I want to read it to you really quick. Italian man from Bergamo has passed away in ICU in Germany. No preconditions, healthy, 31 years old, multiple organ failure after several weeks of struggle with COVID.
Right, and there was the
not a disease of the old or the sick necessarily.
Well, also the guy for the Broadway star, they had to amputate his leg because of complications from COVID-19.
Damn.
I mean, which probably means he became septic and was having organ failure.
Right.
They told him to break a leg, not lose one.
Yeah, once your blood is poisoned, you're fucked, you know?
I'm disappointed in you. No, I don't think. I honestly, John, I don't think you take this as seriously as I think you should. Now, these are opinions.
But then, Mark, if everybody took it as serious as you do, nobody would be going to work.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then
And nobody's on anybody's grass.
There'll be no going to Wegmans or Walmart. Maybe you have to rely on Amazon to deliver your food.
Well, I'll tell you something about
But then maybe the guy who's driving he's too scared to work. You know, why should I go drive a truck for Amazon when the government's going to give me, money to stay home?
Do you know why they're?
Because everything is, it's too contagious.
Do you know why they're thinking about doing closing grocery stores and doing curbside pickup and delivery? Because dozens of people from grocery stores, workers from grocery stores across the country, have died from COVID-19. Now, we know the precautions that they have put up in grocery stores, and these people are dropping dead.
Yep, and it's because of all of the exposure they have from people coming into the store. I think personally that this is a better model for this kind of shopping, because think about it. If somebody could just go on a computer and they go and they just, tick off all the things they want, they get an order number or whatever, they go, it's like will call, you go, you say you're here, they bring you your order in a box. And the place where all the food and stuff is stored no longer has to be for the comfort and enjoyment of the customers. It can be more like a warehouse.
Yes.
Where just the employees, a limited number of people are inside, and none of the people from outside bring their cooties with them. It remains
people from outside will think you're making like Soylent and Green in there or something.
That's right.
No, I agree
with you.
I agree with you 100%. It's just, the whole thing's just dangerous. And this virus lingers in the air. Like you could look up videos on the virus lingering in the air. This seems to be, this may sound strange. I don't know if this is the way to describe it, but it seems to be lighter and more aerosolized. It can go in the side of your mask. This is different than the flu.
Oh, it can go right through your mask if it's not contained within a water droplet they can't get through.
Right.
It's very small.
This is not the fucking flu.
So are you having people come to your house that could possibly be carriers?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
No one comes into our house.
Asymptomatic.
Are you not having visitors come to your house?
No.
Oh, the kid is not coming to your house?
No, I talked to the doctor about that. And because of the fact that we're doing what we can do, and they're just as crazy as we are about sanitizing and stuff. The doctor said that,
So the doctor says it's okay to bring the kid to your house?
Yes.
How old's the kid?
2.5.
So you don't think that maybe that kid could be a carrier?
No, because that kid has not been out of the house other than taking a walk with his mother. He has been in no place for well over a month.
Could catch anything anywhere. I mean, I'm just trying to take your.
He lives out, and
everybody not to stay in close quarters with people, right? Because this thing is very contagious.
Yes.
Right? But here, no, you can allow a 2.5-year-old to come into your house, right? Because you feel you took the proper precautions, and that we should trust you and whoever else is involved that they took the proper precautions. This goes exactly to my point. You have to. At what point are you going to be too controlling over a population? Or are you going to allow people, at least educate them to make the right decision and be responsible?
Okay, well then
some kind of normalcy again.
Let me answer that question for you. Okay, we're not going out into public. We're having somebody into our home. Okay, we're having somebody into our home that we know are fanatics about social distancing, about masks, about sanitization, and everything. So. He is coming here. He has not been in a public place in over a month. So we're talking about bringing this kid into our home and risking our own lives,
Exactly.
not going out in that and public policy are two totally different things.
And you haven't had a test yet. You've been out in the public.
The doctor said that if I wanted a test, she can have me tested tomorrow, and I said no.
Well, don't you think you should have the test before you allow the kid to come in the house?
She said clinically I'm not showing any symptoms, so she doesn't think it's necessary.
Like you said, you could be asymptomatic. You could still be a carrier.
I'm just saying what my doctor said.
I know, but that's one doctor, and we already experiencing how there are conflicting ideas about how to handle this virus.
All right, here's the thing.
Different doctors.
I could, because of my health conditions, I can get a test tomorrow. Alan and Arlene, on the other hand, can't. So what's the difference? I mean, if I have it, then they have it, right? Or maybe not.
I don't know.
No,
but you're telling me this is that I should take this very serious. It's very infectious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm just trying to say, are you gonna?
I'm not putting the public at risk by having that child here.
Okay.
When I go to the grocery store, I do so with an N95 mask, and over top of that, I have a surgical mask. Okay. Mm-hmm. I also wear gloves. I put sanitizer. I sanitize my gloves when they're on. Well, I am very, very, very. No groceries come into this house without being sanitized.
So why can I just don't understand? Then why can't some other businesses open up taking same precautions as you do?
Okay, because you can't trust the public, John.
But you're asking me to trust you.
No, I'm not. I'm not asking you to come to my house.
You're asking me to trust doctors and whatever protective gear they have, and
John, that child coming here has nothing to do with you or the public. Nothing whatsoever. I'm not affecting anybody other than the family here.
You take precautions when you go to the grocery store, and rightfully so, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, touching all sorts of things, but you still go there because you have to go there. Or then
right, and I'm constantly sanitizing my gloves.
And there's other people, and you're trusting the people that work there as well, right? To some degree.
I'm not trusting anyone. I have to go get food.
Exactly. You have to go get food.
Mom, you don't have to get your hair cut. You don't have to get a massage.
What if you eat your hair?
It's like, believe me, you know how I am about my hair, and this is killing me.
What about restaurants?
No, good Lord, no.
No, people wearing a mask.
To eat, that's interesting.
Not to eat, the people who serve.
Oh, no, John, you're not getting it. You're just not getting it.
They're still disgusting human beings that shouldn't be out of their house.
Yes, there's plenty of people who don't give a fuck about you.
Like, it's gonna make you ever go crazy about germs. You can see their fart and their dust in the air.
I get that, and that's why I guess I myself take necessary precautions.
I spray everybody with Lysol. I'm not very popular.
I just think you're going to have issues when people cannot work or cannot move about freely or get out of the fucking house, otherwise they're going to kill their spouse.
John, this is life.
We're all going to have to live like 600-pound fat people.
No,
I mean, seriously, shit happens. This is life.
Okay. All right.
I mean, nobody likes it. But for these people to be protesting saying tyranny, give me a fucking break, tyranny. You're being asked to stay the fuck at home and wear a mask. Tyranny? They don't know tyranny. If you look up what happened to Philadelphia in 1918, when they decided not to call off a great big parade. Well, that did not end well with that Spanish flu thing.
So according to this chart, let me go to all of the United States. Well, apparently we're on a downward turn.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get this here. Is that all?
That's good, right? Like a slide at a park.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but see, you see a couple down slopes and then again an upslope, then another down slope, then an upslope, then down slope, then an upslope. So just because we're on a little bit of a downslope for the entire, hold on.
So we have 793,000 confirmed cases, 71,771 recovered, 42,474 deaths.
Right.
This is over a period of, I don't know how long the period of time this is over. We're going to say here March, beginning of March.
Yeah. That's a lot of cases in a fucking month.
Well, it might have started before that though, because China said they had now, acknowledged it in January.
All right.
Others, knowing that it was in November.
But go by the chart up at the top. Just by the chart at the top.
Well, maybe the people were not diagnosed at this time.
I know, but what I'm saying is, look how far. What's that? 33,725 in
April.
less than a month. Now go to April 17th. In less than a month, 26,320. This is no fucking joke.
All the way down.
Yeah, it was on the way down before too.
Over here.
We just don't know. That's the scary part about this. We don't know.
Not yet.
Some also propose that some cases of death are being misdiagnosed, I guess would be the word.
What?
They have like death referees, like making bad calls.
Now, the test isn't the only way to diagnose coronavirus. You can go symptomatic, and then you do an X-ray or a CT of the lungs. There's the pattern of this pneumonia that you get with this is very specific. And a doctor who got COVID kept scanning himself and everything to show people exactly what happens in the lungs.
It's not like bacterial pneumonia.
No, it's not.
No.
So if you had the pneumonia shot, it's not going to help you.
Yeah, it's not a matter of just hitting it with antibiotics. Nope.
Hitting it with antibiotics would probably be worse for them.
Because it would fire up the immune system, which is already doing a number on the lungs because of the inflammatory response.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing that kills people with this COVID-19 is what is it, cytokine storm?
Yes.
Yeah, the body completely freaks.
You drown, right? In your own like the fluid that's produced from the immune response.
Yeah, and you just it kills you. Your body, your immune system freaks out when it.
Yep. That's nothing that we have no control over that. So it just happens, and you're just at the mercy of whether or not you can get, keep your head above water, so to speak, in that fight long enough to survive it.
Well, thankfully, this one drug, the antiviral remdesivir. Hold on a second. Remdesivir is showing great promise.
That's great. Was it like formerly for something else? Like a different.
It's just been sitting on the shelf. I think that it was supposedly for Ebola or something.
Huh. Okay.
Or one of those terrible diseases, and it's in the meantime, it's just been sitting on the shelf, and nobody's been doing
different treatments. There was a guy saying there was a medicine that vets use that can be effective.
Oh, heartworm medicine, yeah. That didn't turn out so well for a couple of people. And by the way, the hydrochloroquine, is that how it's pronounced? Tom Hanks' wife took it. She was so sick, she had to crawl from the bed to the bathroom.
That's the medication they use for malaria.
Yeah, the one that Trump's
Yeah,
been talking that has killed some people.
Bad. I heard those side effects of that medicine was really bad.
Yeah, and one of them is death. And it also causes heart disease, heart problems.
No medication doesn't come without side effects.
Yeah, I mean, no, but that's pretty damn severe.
Yeah. Just like that, I love these medications for depression, and suicide thoughts are a side effect.
Yeah, well, that's not what happened. That's not my experience with them.
I'm just saying that that's a side effect.
So that's anecdotal, really.
Yeah.
Sure, like with any other medication.
Yeah, I mean, these are scary times, and here's the thing. By having the child here, we're not putting anybody else at risk. These people, the problem I have are with these people who actually get pissed off because they have to wear a mask in a grocery store. That's so selfish. I mean, that infuriates me. Now,
it's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, when the Spanish flu hit, everybody was required to wear a mask in the world. But in a lot of respects, the economy, they kept the economy going, whether what decisions were bad or not. But at one point, yeah, everybody was required a mask, and it seemed like it wasn't a problem.
I know, but here's the thing. This is a whole different disease, and you keep bringing up the economy, which is shocking to me. I really don't think that's the most important thing right now.
Of course not. But it goes back to saying people, it just goes back to preventing other problems. And if people are fearful if they going to be homeless or can't get fed, that usually leads to crime and chaos. And you're looking at things getting worse. That's the thing I'm concerned about. It's not about economy over lives, no. But we can't deny that it's intertwined.
Well, the government has the power to pull funds from other places and take care of the people on a socialistic system for now, temporarily. I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah, we bailed out the banks. Why not bail out the people?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there should be not all the money going to that's ridiculous. You're right.
It's going to go right back into it anyway. Just people want to catch up on their bills. Maybe,
Here's one of the sick things about it.
I don't know the answers. All I know is that I do not want to live a life of fear, whether it be a fear of virus or a fear of government or a fear of other people wanting to, whatever. I don't want to live in a world or have a life of fear. And what is happening is this thing, if anything, is revealing a lot of the true character of not only people we know, but of our governments. It's revealing a lot. It's like they're saying, it's like the tsunami and the wave is going out and it's revealing all the naked people on the beach, And that's what's happening. And it's scary. It's scary. Nonetheless. But hey, I'll go back to what Roosevelt said, right? When we're going through a depression, none to fear but fear itself. Sounds cliche, but that's what we have to fear, is the fear.
No, I think that's a bunch of crap, but anyway.
It's just scary as
Fear causes people to get angry. Fear causes chaos, and fear of losing something.
It's really just a trait thing.
People lose their mind when.
It's like animals. They just go crazy. They don't know where to run to.
All I have to say is that, we need to adapt. I mean, stop digging our heels in and adapt. Go with the flow and do things that you can do. Do things to keep yourself healthy. Do stuff to keep yourself occupied and everything. This is a dangerous pandemic, and we have to adapt.
And those who can't adapt, right? Evolution goes on, right? Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, like in Georgia, okay, no one's obviously going to stop the salons and everything from opening. Fine. fine and Jim Dandy, go get your hair cut. I personally would not do that. I think opening these places this early is irresponsible. That is my opinion. Which of course we're all entitled to our own opinions, and I want no part of it.
I can't wait for the Chinese restaurants to open back up.
Oh God, they'll probably be one of the last ones to open up.
Oh, it sucks, dude. I like Chinese food.
You kidding me? Oh. Yeah. With that,
I'm back too.
I'm this broadcast. All right, we can agree to disagree, but let's just.
You know, there might be a new designation for services like restaurants and salons and stuff like that, where the employees have to be certified as like healthy and virus free.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
that's
like
a
new standard.
I'm gonna end it here. Night all.
Goodbye.
Well, I'm pretty sure she was